We're going to hear now from a gentleman called Ricky Molloy, who works for Ageless Thanet. And Ricky was going to come in, and well, in fact, no, if I'm being totally honest, he did come in. He came in at 8 o'clock this morning. But strangely, he was 12 hours early. But he very kindly spoke to me earlier today. So, Ricky, this one's for you.
We're one of 14 projects that are part of a much wider national programme called Aging Better and Fulfilling Lives.
Yep.
We're funded by the Big Lottery Fund with the aim of reducing loneliness and social isolation, increasing health and well-being.
Yep. And how do you do that?
We do that through lots of different ways. We have a well-being part of the programme, which is all about getting active, putting on lots of free activities for Thanets over 50s. We've had over 2,500 participants take part in over 250 different courses that we've run, which has been absolutely fantastic. A very wide range of courses. So we have things like boxing, ballet, yoga, tai chi, just a very wide range of courses and activities.
And very different.
Very different, yes. We like to tailor towards everybody's different hobbies and interests, because everybody's different, of course.
Yeah. Yes, and other people going back to things that they used to do quite a long time ago? Or is this about lots of people trying completely new, different things?
We have found that people are trying completely new and different things. Like, for example, we have a ukulele choir, which started out, it's fantastic, they are so good. We found that people were starting the beginner's course to learn how to play, and then the course turned into a choir.
Yep.
And the group, and they've slowly become the face of Ageless Thanet. They've come to many different engagement events that we've done to actually play for the public, and a lot of those were beginners. So we're all about encouraging people to try new things, and also bring friends along as well.
That's fabulous, because I was listening to something on the radio earlier today. In fact, it was on the John Wannett show, and they were talking about staying young and what makes you feel young or look younger. And one guy phoned in, I thought he was great, and he was saying, I think his name was Steve, and he was saying, push yourself out of your comfort zone. Do something that maybe you think is going to be really hard, but do it anyway, or go and do something completely different that you've never done before and give it a try. And that's what this is about, isn't it?
Absolutely. We're all about having fun. Like I said, it hasn't felt like a day of work since I've been here. Yeah. And when you're speaking to the public out in the community, they all feel the same. Like they're proud to be part of Ageless Thanet, because we are introducing them to new things and new ways of learning new skills. We have lots of different delivery partners that deliver various aspects of the project. We work with the Citizens Advice Bureau for our life planning service, and they're a key part of reducing loneliness and social isolation, because they offer like really good one-to-one bespoke advice depending on that person. Yeah. So they can help out in regard to advising with things like redundancy, retirement, bereavement, debt. And their job is to make them more financially secure so they can take part in different events they might not have done before. Yeah. Recently, they've hit a huge milestone. They've actually hit £1 million worth of maximised income for all of their life planning clients. So that £1 million was something that wasn't going directly to the people, but our life planners are actually helping these people obtain perhaps benefits that they're not getting, that they could be entitled to. So we're about empowering the community as well.
Fabulous, yeah. So that's about giving people the right information and the information that they need to take their lives forward in positive ways.
Exactly, because it's a minefield out there. And our life planners are fantastic at sitting down with that person on a one-to-one basis, so it's very relaxed and very informal. But they are getting the support and advice that they need.
Fantastic. And that's what people need, isn't it? And if you're on your own and you haven't got anybody to bounce that off, where do you go? Where do you find that information? Where do you find yourself feeling happier, if you know what I mean? Just what do you do? And what Ageless Thanet is doing is giving you that, isn't it?
Absolutely, yes. We work directly with the community in terms of businesses as well. We have the Age-Friendly Business Scheme, which we go out into the community. We ask businesses to sign up to the scheme to pledge a certain reward or discount to our reward card holders. Yep. So we have over 270 businesses signed up to the scheme. These are all various businesses, from cafes to bars, restaurants, as well as like leisure activities like view cinema and things like that.
Yeah.
We have 6,000 of these reward cards in circulation,
Wow.
which is incredible, because the Thanet 50 plus population is around 55 to 60,000 people. So we're reaching a lot of people just purely through the Age Friendly Business Scheme.
10%. You're reaching 10% of the population through this scheme. That's fabulous.
That is fantastic, and that part of the project is absolutely crucial, because there's lots of simple aspects of that business that make a huge impact. We approached Costa Coffee to introduce something called a coffee in a chat table, where they would put an Ageless Thanet sign on a table, and the sign reads, "If you're happy to talk to someone, please sit here."
Yep. I've heard cafes doing that. And what a fantastic idea.
It's amazing, and it's so accessible as well, because we have a free app that people can download on their phones or tablets to show them where these age-friendly businesses are.
Yep.
And we have printed directories spread out all across Thanet, which does include adverts for other community organisations as well. So we're reaching an awful lot of people just purely through that as well.
Yeah. If have you got a telephone number handy that people could give you a ring if they're listening in the Thanet area and want to get hold of somebody or have a chat or see what they can do and volunteer? And it's either to use your services or to actually help deliver your services as a volunteer. Is there a telephone number people can reach you on, Ricky?
Of course, yeah. On 01843 210005. And if I do want to volunteer, that'd be amazing, because we do run lots of different volunteer-led activities across Thanet. So we're always looking for skilled volunteers that can bring something to the table and become part of something special in Thanet. So please get in touch. That'd be amazing.
That's fabulous, and thank you for everything you do, because if we're talking about loneliness and isolation, and you're reaching 10% of your population, that's really quite astonishing.
Yeah, it's something that we're very proud of, and we want to leave a long-lasting impact on Thanet as well. So we're putting together a plan to make sure that Ageless Thanet is sustainable in the future.
Yep.
So there'll be more to come from Ageless Thanet. Watch this space.
Wow, that was Ricky Molloy. He's quite an inspirational character, isn't he? He's not going to work. He loves going every day.
I have actually been down to Ageless Thanet, and it is quite incredible what they are doing. And I went to their sort of, for want of a better expression, gym, and so they've got a sort of gym equipment. And what was fascinating is that people were looking out for one another. So I was there, and this chap came up to the person who was organising it and said, "I'm a bit concerned because Pete is normally here on the Tuesday and he's not." And he hadn't known Pete until he joined that group, and
that's how important it is.
And it's really important.